We are live. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. It will never happen again. I promise. This was a promise that was made. And we're going to talk about the power of a 7-year-old's promise to her father that this thing would never happen to her again. And if you want to stick around for the story, it really hits close to home if you're a mom or a dad with a little girl. Guys, my name is Jennifer Waters. I'm the Executive Director at Seigler's Karate Center in Augusta, Georgia. I help moms and dads and ordinary people just like you to be able to harness the power of martial arts to help change their lives. We're being joined live. We got Luis. What's up, man? How you doing? How's fight camp going? Kristen, Craig, hey, Daryl Collins, thanks for joining. If you guys are joining, as I see a bunch of you guys jumping on right now, go ahead and put hashtag live in the comments for me. Go ahead and do that right now. If you're watching replay, hashtag replay. And I need some hearts, I need some likes right now. Those of you who are live right now with me. And listen, I know some of you guys want to connect and you're like, gosh, how do I get to the school? What do I do for my kids? Like, how do they join? They start off with a free introductory class with me or one of my team members. All you have to do is send me a message. That's it. We send a message. I'll tell you exactly how to get started. But hey, listen, when my team and I help people, one of the things that we do with our students is we help them recognize the power of confidence in their lives. And so many kids come here very shy, just like that 7-year-old little girl was at the time. Shy, introverted, just not really sure of themselves. And we change that day by day by day. And to be honest, I'm living proof of that. So if you're like, what? No way! Stick around and I'll tell you a little bit more. The biggest mistake that I see parents doing, though, when I'm working with parents is I sometimes we get kids that are in here and they're a little bit older. And the biggest mistake is the parents recognize that there was an issue, that there was a challenge, that there was bullying, that there was crying themselves to sleep, that there was lack of confidence, they couldn't look people in the eyes, and they waited too long. They waited until their kids' grades were failing. Maybe that's you right now. Maybe you're just like, man, I really should do something about it, but I don't know what to do. I've talked to the teachers, I've talked to her dad, and still nothing is working. She is still in the same boat. She's still crying herself to sleep. She's still unconfident of herself. And listen, what I'm telling you is this is something that we do on a regular basis to help, okay? And before I wrap up, I tell you guys a little bit more, I want to let you know that it's as simple as hitting that send message button when this is on replay. If you are watching a replay, hashtag replay for me. If you're jumping on live, we got a bunch of you guys jumping on. Mark Stipsitz is here. Jacob, what's happening? Stephanie Hall's here. Lady, she's here. Demaya, you're on here as well. And I really appreciate you guys. So just drop the hashtag live. I've already seen a couple of you guys doing that. So here's what happened to me. I was in karate, knew how to defend myself. But I was taught to be a good girl. I did not want to get in trouble. I did what I was told for the most part. I was respectful. But to be honest, at 7, I was being taken advantage of at school, and my parents had no idea. I would come home, and I wouldn't talk about it. And that's a lot of times what we see is that a lot of times kids aren't talking to their parents. They don't know what's going on except for that they're being, not the same person that they used to know. And so what was happening is every day at recess, I was picked on by a little boy. And he would take my things. He used to carry stuffed animals around. And he would take my things. And I would get very upset at him. And I would yell at him. I would scream at him. And the teachers at recess weren't able to see exactly what was going on. And one day, I was so mad that he took my things, I stood up to him. And I remember this. And why do I remember this event? Because for me, it was very pivotal. And so I stood up to him and I told him, give me my stuff back. And we were on a playground, and it was a sand playground. And he reached down, and he grabbed some sand, and he put it in his hand. And I remember going, what's he going to do with the sand? And all I remember seeing is his hand going like this at my face, and my eyes instantly burning because he'd thrown sand in my eyes. I remember it inhaling sand, tasting it, and it being in my eyes. And in that moment, I was trying to figure out how to get the sand out of my eyes because the whistle was blowing for us to go inside. The teachers didn't know what was going on because we were at the edge. And this is where bullies take advantage. They look for where the teachers are not looking, right? And so I come and I finally get the sand out of my eyes. My parents come pick me up later that day and I'm very upset. And my dad was like, what's going on? And I told him exactly what had happened. And I said, if I do something about it, I'm going to get in trouble, Dad. And he said, no. That same day, he made me promise that if that bully tried to hurt me again, that I would take action. And I promised him, I said, Dad, it will never happen again. After that next time the bully picked on me, I did take action. I took action that I had learned what to do. And it wasn't something where I just was triggered and I went off on this kid. It was something that needed to happen in that moment. He never picked on me again. And since that moment in time, I have never let someone push me around just because I was afraid of what might happen in the future. And that's the story of confidence. And to be honest, that's the story of most of our students. Listen, if you have a little girl that needs confidence, she needs karate. If you have a little girl that's going to grow up to be a confident, outgoing young woman, and you want her to succeed in life, she needs karate. And if you haven't got her yet into karate, now is the time. I hope this was helpful. I hope you understand how important it is to have confidence in ladies' lives and young women's lives, because it's made me a different person. Go ahead and hit the send message button if you're local. I would love to have you guys come in, come visit us, and let's get the conversation started right now. If you made it to the end, thank you so much. This was from my heart. Go ahead and put hashtag Team Finisher. You guys mean the world to me. I'll hit you up in the comments after. Y'all have a wonderful day.